p.m. Our kids are in bed, it's nice and quiet, the house is nice and quiet. I love my me time. It's been manic today. We went everywhere with the kids and it was just very, very hot here. Lots of ice creams, lots of running around playing games in the park and the splash park as well. So it was a really good day. But I want to crack on with doing some art. Oh, thank you so much, Denise. That's really sweet of you. Thank you, lovely. I probably need to find somebody who can be a moderator to help out sometimes. But I think maybe I'll eventually pick somebody to do it if anyone wants to volunteer. So again, thanks all of you for being here. Hi, Billy. You found me. Well done, love. Yeah, I need to get better at this live streaming stuff. So, what have we got here? So you do remember, I hope, the project I was doing. Hi, Kathy Mac. The project I was doing for the commission piece, and it's getting on really, really well. It's going really well. What I did today, earlier today, when I had a minute, was I actually peeled off the second acrylic paint skin that we made. So if you remember back, for those of you who were on the second live, I actually made another paint skin because this original one got wrecked. I think you can see how bad it is up there, but it kind of fell on itself, from what, if you remember, and I peeled it off itself and it just took half the paint with it, but it's still okay. It's just that I can't use that part. I can use the rest of it mostly. And we did it slightly different with this one. We did the swipe this way, so we laid the colours kind of vertically in blocks and then swiped it this way, whereas the other one I actually swiped it from right to left, from the darker color to the light color. And if you remember back, for those of you who are diehard watchers on my channel, you will have noticed that I actually took it. I sounded a bit disappointed in my last live because all those beautiful colors, right, had actually got covered up by the darker color, which is what I was worried about initially. But we kind of went with a suggestion in the live from somebody, and we went the darker to the lighter, ended up covering up all of the lighter colors. So after I signed off from you guys, what I did was I had a little think, and I thought, well, this could go horribly wrong, but we could also salvage it. So I took that sheet of plastic that we had, that we swiped with, and I actually went back over this way. So I took it from light to dark, and guess what? It worked. I'm not going to show it to you yet. It's absolutely gorgeous, and no mistake. All of those colors we use, the color art pigments, the beautiful colors that we use, and if you cast your mind back, we use quite a lot of colors. Shadow Moon, Parisian Lily, Pink Lemonade. We use the Blue Diamond, Bling It, as well as the primary elements, pigments. We mixed those up. We mixed up a couple of tube paints as well. We mixed up some pearl paint, pearlescent paint, and I think there was Ballet Slipper from TRP as well. So there's quite some gorgeous colours in here. And when I took it, I swiped it the second time, all of those other gorgeous lighter colours actually came through. So that paint skin, you're going to see it when I create the final video of the whole thing put together, you know, sped up and perfected. You're going to see how beautiful that paint skin looks. Now, not only did I peel that paint skin off because it was dry by today using a heat pad, I actually came off all in one piece, just like this one did. Really easy to peel off the silicone mats. Super easy, just have to go slow and just be careful around the edges and pull the edges up first, and then just basically pull it like this. And this is pretty much how I peeled it off. The back, you can see it's very muted. There's a lot of the base color that I put down, the white. If you remember back, I put a base white down just to make it thicker. And that particular paint skin, that second one, is gorgeous. The ball gown is going to look absolutely stunning, trust me. Not only have I peeled it off, I've started doing the folding. Okay, I might show you a snippet of some of the folding and maybe a short or something, but I'm going to keep that as a surprise for you in a final video, just so you have something to look forward to when you see the final video, which will be around 20 minutes long, not much longer than 20 minutes. And I'm going to put that out for the color art event, which is coming up soon. Okay, so I think it's the 24th, or I'm not 100% sure, of this month that's coming out, and I'll be editing that up for that event, and you'll see the final entire piece in all its glory. Now, the paint skin, like I said, worked really well. What are we doing today on the live? Something different. Okay, so initially when I talked to my client, She said she wanted a mixed media artwork. She wanted some bling in it. She wanted something shiny, blingy. We've got all these gorgeous blingy colours. She also wanted a ballerina, obviously. She wanted something a brunette, so she made a few sort of requirements of what she wanted. And I suggested flowers on her dress, and my initial thoughts were to do a textured or sculptured flowers and place them on her dress, okay, on this finalized piece. However, I've kind of moved away from that idea a little bit. It does have to be posted all the way to Australia, so it's going to be super delicate if there's texture flowers on there. Not that it can't be done with the right kind of packaging. You could do it. It's just it's kind of risky to do that. Second point is that there was an idea that somebody gave me on my video comments. I think it was Sheldon from Sheldon Briscoe of Shell Rock Arts. He left a comment the other night, and I looked at it and I thought, actually, that's not a bad idea. And he said, why not make the flowers instead of texture paste? Why not make them out of the paint skin? And I remembered that I had this paint skin, so I thought, actually, that's not a bad idea. I've done it before. I've done 3D paint skin, acrylic paint skin flowers, and made them and placed them on someone's hairpiece, on a painting. So I have done it before, but I've used different types of petals. Here, what I've done is I'm going to do or try to do one in a different way to the ones I did last time. So the ones I did last time were similar, but different shaped petals. They were kind of more squarish petals, I guess. And there was a slit all the way to the center. And I use that then to kind of just curve the whole flower in, similar to cutting the slit in and just kind of folding it in and putting it on a skewer. Today we're going to do a slightly different, see if this works. It might not work with acrylic paint skin because it can be quite thick and less versatile than just paper. We can do it easily with paper. So here I've got the paint skin. I'll show it to you. This is the paint skin. Quite flexible. It's still nice and flexible. It's not stiffened up or anything because it's fresh. It's fresh paint skin. All the colours are dry. Initially what I've done is I've made some templates. So I made 2 templates here of flowers. One is slightly larger, one is slightly smaller. And I've drawn around them to save time on this live so you guys are not just watching me draw around a load of flower shapes. I've also done some leaves as well. So I'll think about the leaves really in terms of how that's going to work. So I can just show you, I've done it on tracing paper. And I've cut them out just so I can see through them as well. So I can, when I place them on the acrylic paint skin, I can see through and decide maybe I want this flower in between the 2 colours, So you've got both the colours on it. Maybe I just want it all kind of this dark purple. And then what I've got this, I'm not even sure what this is called. What is it? What is the part of the flower core that goes right underneath the petals, and looks like this? Does anyone know on the live chat what this is called? I think I've forgotten. I think I knew at one point, but I've forgotten what it's called. But you kind of put it underneath, right, like this. And then the stem comes out of there as well. So that is the plan today, is simply to cut around some of this paint skins and try and create a 3D acrylic paint skin flower. These flowers are obviously going to be of different sizes. So I want really small ones, larger ones. I might just cut out some flower shapes as well and stick them onto the canvas. So they are literally going to flow alongside her beautiful ball gown. So her ball gown is obviously coming off her body and kind of flying off the canvas. These flowers are going to be embedded on top or glued on top. Okay, so I'm going to start cutting some of these out. I wish I'd had time today, but I've been out all day, but I would have cut some of these out already in preparation. But if you don't mind chatting amongst yourselves, I'll try and quickly cut out 4. I think for each flower I'm going to use 4 of these layers, and they don't have to be perfect. I did try and find some of my liquid chalk pens, but I couldn't find them, so I ended up using a biro, and I'm trying to avoid keeping the biro line inside the lines here. So a quick and easier way to do this is actually just take off the whole paint skin and make it easy for me to cut around without messing it up. So here's the paint skin. I'm just going to cut around it. Now I will check in with the live chat in a second. The only thing is the laptop is super far from me, so I have to really squint to see what people are saying from this distance. I need my glasses. There we go. So we're going to cut. It's quite therapeutic just cutting. I used to love cutting when I was a child in school, just like cutting out shapes and things. And I did think about the back, because at the present moment, the back is actually quite pale. So I was concerned that if I use these as flowers, you'd be able to see the back when I upturn the petals and glue them together. And I thought there's a couple of things I could have done. You could have used a different color base, really, right? That would have been the ideal thing to do if I had foresight back then, which I didn't. The second thing I can do is spray paint the background at the back of it, so that it's a darker color, so it doesn't really stand out when I'm folding it up. So there's one example, and we're going to see how this works, actually, see if it does work. So that's a larger one. I need 2 large ones and 2 small ones. So let's cut another. Maybe we'll cut this one out here, which is a nice color. So I've got it in between. Ooh, it gets thicker. The paint skin, it gets thicker in the middle. It's quite thin on the edges. It's lovely and soft. So I'm only going to cut 4 out, so you're not going to be waiting forever. Hopefully I can try and speed up my cutting without ruining it. Go around this petal. That's 1 petal. And then again, up we go. And again, they don't have to be perfect, you know. Every petal does look different on a real flower. They don't have to be uniform, really. Here we go. Hi, Byron. I've just seen you popped in. Really nice to see you here. Thank you for joining me. I love the voice impression you did of me. It was really funny. I couldn't stop laughing. And you said you studied ages to do the British accent, so well done you. It was really good. I thought it was brilliant. I know you've done quite a few people in the pouring community. You've done impersonations of them. It's really funny. I'm trying to remember who else you did. I think you did Marie at one point, didn't you? And who else did you do? Fiona, you're here. Lovely. Hello. How are you doing? Hope you're having a better time than you have recently, but I'm just cutting up these flowers for you, my love. So, well, petals. They're not flowers quite yet. What else do we need? We need another lighter color. Shall we take that one? No, we need another larger one, so we'll take this one. And you see the difference, because it's such a subtle difference between the sizes of these petals. Now, I did look online for templates for making paper flowers, and there's hundreds of them, and they're all free. Okay, if you fancy making flowers out of paper crafts or even paint skins like this, why not? You know, you can make all sorts of things. You can make a lampshade and then glue these onto it. You can make little diaries and books, or I don't know, all sorts of things. Keychains and put little flowers on them, made out of paint skins. There's so much you can do craft-wise with acrylic paint skins. In fact, I stumbled across a video where somebody was talking about all the different things you can do with acrylic paint skins, and I didn't actually watch the video, but I think I watched about a few seconds of it. And there was stuff I hadn't even thought about, you know, to use paint skins for. One of the ideas was to make a purse, so there's no reason you couldn't wrap this around. And the other thing is, it doesn't have to be a paint skin per se. You could pour on a canvas and cut the canvas out, right? So if you do it, you heard it here, you could just, I don't see why you couldn't. So canvas is like cloth, so you can make all sorts of things with that. There's my next one, and let's move this out of the way, and then one last one, and then we can get started. So should we have a lighter, maybe a pink one here? Let's try and get this pink one out. Is that even in the video? I think it is. So let's cut around it to begin with, make it easier. So like I said, I'm going to do one on the live, and then the rest of them I'll do off camera. And then I'll finish off the piece because it's almost finished. So once this is done and the gown is done, the gown is pretty much finished, and you just need to glue on a few other bits and bobs to it, and glue the gown down along the edges and decide how the edge of the gown would flow out. And that's when the whole thing is finished, really. There's nothing more I need to do to it other than spray it with varnish or whatever finish that, the client wants, or Fiona wants. I want it to be a surprise, obviously, for not just her, but for everyone. So I'm not going to show you what I've done so far on this live. I really am tempted to. I really want to show it off because it's absolutely, honestly, it's gorgeous. I actually think it's better than the one I did before when I used acrylic paint skins, where I did the Bollywood woman. I think it's better. This is, for me, this is really, really nice. Or maybe it's because it's a fresh one I've done. I don't know. That other one was really nice as well. It's gorgeous. So we've got the last paint skin here, guys, to be cut out, and then assembly is the next thing. Aha, right, that's the four of them. So what are we going to do next? So I think I'm going to try, trying to remember what I did. I put a hole through it in the first place. I don't want a big hole. I'm going to put a hole in this way. Trying to think which is the best way to do this, or should we do a pink bud in the middle maybe? Okay, so this is a small one, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll do a pinkish bud in the middle. So there. I'm just going to cut in a little bit on the, just give it some maneuverability. And the glue I'm going to use is probably going to be, I'm going to put some sellotape on this, or maybe we'd use one of these to make it thicker. Yeah, we'll use this. I'm going to grab some sellotape if I can find it. And the reason I'm putting sellotape on my paintbrush, I can't even get it. The reason I'm putting sellotape on my paintbrush is because I don't want it to slip too far down. I keep slipping, so I can't hold it, if you know what I mean. Where should I put it? Maybe I'll wait to see. Right, let's just pop that on. So this, I'm putting the paint skin with the reverse on the top. Can't even get that opened. Yep, let's try that. Right, let's have a look. So it does need to be a bit further up because I'm going to try and make a bud out of this. Okay, how's this going to work? Is that going to work? There's only one way to find out, right? And then this one would be there. And then I would, that's what I'm thinking. What do you guys think? I'm thinking we could make a bud like this. But I guess I won't be able to do it until I start gluing it and just trusting myself. So let's get some glue out. We're going to need a pin because this nozzle keeps drying up. I've had this problem all day. Where is that pin? I'll find it, so we'll use this one. So I'm just going to unblock this glue. I'm just going to show you what glue it is as well, so you know if you ever want to try this. Put this up here. So this is diamond glaze. Okay, so make jewelry out of this. Normally it dries completely clear. It's quite quick. I think maybe super glue, gorilla glue, maybe one of those is quicker, I don't know. But I'm going to try and just add a spot of it here and there and then hold it. So I'm going to put a little bit by there and then maybe just push that on top of it. There we go. Right, and then the next one, that can go there, I guess. So again, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to overlap every time I do it. So maybe a little bit by there. And then let's try and overlap and pull. Overlap and pull. I'm not yet sure if this is going to work because I'm not made a flower like this before. The other one was slightly different, the way I made the last one. I need to cut a bit more down here because it's not bending. And the next bit now is here. I'm worried that this will be too. No, it'll be all right. So let's pop another bit here. And then pop this over that one, like so. So we kind of got that fold. And then the last petal, I think we can just try and fold it around the whole lot and create a flower that the rosebud that way. So yeah, I think that would work. So let's pop a little bit in there first, unless I should tuck that in. Could tuck it in instead. No, I think it needs to go over. Okay, so let's pop a bit more here. There we go. And notice I'm not putting it right at the edge, the glue. I'm kind of put it in the middle because I don't want to completely push those petals down. So I'm going to put the last one in. I can probably hold it now and squeeze it a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this middle one on itself. So it's kind of glued down. Let's do that. And then I'm going to push that in like so. So that's my first lot done. Let's glue it down. Bit more glue here. It is a little bit fiddly, I gotta say. But it's worth it. Right. And what I can do then is I can try and turn these back a little bit. The bits that are... Well, I do need to wait for it to dry though. Okay. So say that is the bud. The rest of the petals are going to go around this bud. Okay. So again, we will turn these back as soon as it dries. So I'm not going to play with it too much because it's still drying. I'm going to pop that down for a minute, and then I'm going to turn these corners and really push them out so it looks a bit more like a flower, if you know what I mean. Okay, so what should we do with that? I'll pop it somewhere that's not going to unravel too much. And then we'll get the next one. So the next one is this. Hi Lassie Farm, welcome. Hi Shajo, hi Sheldon, hi Evelyn. It's really nice to see you all here. It's really sweet. Hi Joyce, it's great to see you. Thank you all so much for joining me. You might have heard on the last video I did with the Express that it's my last one on the Express, unfortunately. So I'm gonna strike out it on my own. And I'm going to go an hour early on the Sundays now, so my videos will be regularly, the regular videos on Sundays would be an hour earlier. And I'm looking forward to them. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there if you can make it. I know it's difficult for people in Australia because I think it's 4 p.m. EST now on Sunday nights, which is super early for my Australian friends and followers. But you can still watch it on replay, just at any time afterwards if you still want to see it. Right, so this one is... So the next one I'm going to pop on is... just thinking, is that the best way to put it on? Oh, that way, yeah, it is. So I'm going to put a hole through this one now. Pop that down there. Let's put a little hole. I'll use a skewer. Easier. Where's the center? There. I'm probably missing lots of comments and suggestions. I really have to get used to reading them while I'm cutting and things. I'll probably end up cutting my finger off though. I like where you're going with this. Very cool. Evelyn, honest to God, the painting is gorgeous. The paint skin, her dress has just gone on like a real dress. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Hi, Bill Robertson Art. Welcome. And hi, my darling Laurie from Art by Sparkle. Welcome, honey. Thank you for joining. So What's the next bit? What are we doing next? Are we doing it this way or are we doing it that way? Yeah, we're doing it this way, right? So we can see them. Let me figure this out. So, yeah, because we're going to see them, right? So we kind of need it that way. Let me fiddling around with this to see how I would work it. Yeah, does that look like a flower to you? What do you think? I can't do much about turning them over yet. I just need to wait for them to dry and things. So let's pop that back on the paintbrush. And it's now that we can actually put the sellotape on. No, we can't. We can't do it on there, can we? Let's figure this out. Maybe pop it this way and then I can put the rest on. Yes, we'll do it on that and get some sellotape on it. So I don't want it kind of going down too much. So I'm just going to roll this tape around it until it creates a bit of a ridge on the cocktail stick so this doesn't keep falling down. Oh, need more. Okay, didn't realize how much tape it would take. Maybe I should have used masking tape. So a bit more. Da da da. Let's roll this right round. There we go. There's my 3D paint skin bud. Awesome. We can play around with it later. We can even heat it up with a heat gun and make it a bit more pliable and stay in its shape. So I'll pull all those out later, okay? So what we're going to do next is get the next one. So the next one is going to be the thicker one. The bigger one, I'm sorry, the bigger one. So pop that through the bottom. No, pop it through the top actually. What am I doing? Pop it through the top. Get in. Being very difficult. Pop the bud on so we can see what we're doing with it. And then we're going to wrap that around. But we're going to give it a bit of space this time. We're not going to tightly do it like I did the last one. So all we do again with our glue, if the glue is still coming out, is pop some glue on there or pop some glue on the petal. That's probably easier. And some down there. And we're going to just push it on. Okay. That one's not glued down properly. So I need to hold it there really. I'm being very impatient. I need to hold it there for a moment. Then I can do the next one. Okay, so I'm just going in one direction with them. Okay, so they're all kind of going in one direction, if you know what I mean. And they're all overlapping in the same way. So yeah, that's the plan. We'll see where that goes. So we've got that one. Cut a few more lines because it's just a little bit difficult to, let's come off. It's a little bit difficult to get it on. Fiddly, fiddly, fiddly. There we go. And then let's push that one on. Where we're going to place it. It's actually easier if this is actually on something like those cup turner things, you know, so I can actually, I will push those back later and shape them. But you can see where this is going, I hope. So that's kind of where it's looking like. And then the next bit is going to go, hang on, which way am I doing it? Yeah, the next bit is going to go this way. So put a bit more glue on here. Let's pop that over and around. Perfect. You'd probably do this much easier with paper really, or card, thin card. And then the next one, so it's getting there. I'm just putting it on the petal, not too much. I don't want it spilling out, even though it does dry clear. And then we put that one over. And then our last one, So last one, I want to tuck this side in, ideally, if I can, and tuck this side on top. And I might need to put a tad more glue on there because it's come off. But this is where it's going to go. So let's add a little bit of glue here, a little bit of glue there, and a little bit of glue here. And that should hopefully stick it all down hunky-dory. Okay. What I would do then is just overturn the edges. There's a little bit that hasn't glued here. Okay, that's the next one done. And it does take a few seconds for the glue to kind of dry. So I do have to wait like 20 seconds or so. It's looking good though, look. I'll turn all those out later. I'm a bit impatient doing it now, and that one as well. Okay, so the next one, I'm going to use the big one again. Okay, so I just want to show you what that looks like. Okay, and the next one will be a big one again. So let's pop a skewer through it again. Try and find the center. I'm not doing that right, am I? Pop one at a time. 1, 2. Okay, and this time I'm not going to glue it at the top. What I'm going to do is glue down the bottom here, so they're splaying out a bit more. Okay, so these were glued right to the top. Probably a mistake actually. For the next flowers, I'm not going to glue them to the top. Otherwise it's too narrow like a spout. So I'm going to just glue them at the bottom. So let's do that now. So a little bit of glue. I think that's enough, just the bottom, and then push up onto the flower. That's all we need. You need to snip it sometimes because it might not be long enough to be able to fold over. Perfect. And then the next one again, let's snip that bit. So I'm really just looking at it and deciding that actually for maneuverability, some of these petals do need to be cut. And then this one is going to go on top like this. Again, a little bit of glue here, a little bit of glue there, and then that's going on top. I'm happy with that. And the next one is going to go on top of that one. I do need to wait for it to dry. Let's wait for it to dry, shall we? I'll just have a look at the chat and see what's going. This is amazing, Taz. Thank you, Kathy Mac. There are really neat ideas. These are really neat ideas. Thank you, Billy, sweetheart. Taslima, do you think I have potential for cartoon work? Do you mean voices, Byron? You probably do. I think you've done quite a few, haven't you? Daffy Duck, etc. So they're all cartoons, aren't they? So yeah, you definitely do. Taz, this idea is stellar. Wow, thank you. Yeah, I just think it'll look gorgeous on that particular mixed media piece, on the ball gown. And then Fiona, what's your channel name, Byron? Okay. Debbie, Taz, this is gorgeous. I love the way you make your paint skins. I was a little bit worried, mainly because I was worried about how long it's going to take to dry. But to be honest, it's dried quite well. The reason there's little bubbles on there though as well is because I should have left the paints to settle for a day, and I didn't. I literally mixed and poured, hence the bubbles. But I think it brings a nice texture to it. I'm quite happy with it. The ball gown doesn't have any bubbles for some reason. This piece has a few down this end. But yeah, they've come out really well, actually. I'm loving the flowers. Oh, I'm so glad you are. Wait till you see it together. Trust me, you're gonna be it's gonna blow your mind. It blew. I looked at it today after I finished, like when you're really working in detailed and you're putting those folds in and you're gluing them on, and you don't really notice the whole piece, in its entirety until you kind of step back over. And I came back into the room and I was like, oh my God, it's breathtaking, really is. Um, the skins look like satin. Yes, they do. They really do. I'm so excited to see the painting, Taz. However, I'm looking forward to the unveiling. It looks like a rosebud. They are kind of roses. But Fiona, I was going to ask you actually, do you want just roses or other types of flowers? Because I could do other types of flowers um, on her dress, because it might be nice to have a mixture of flowers and maybe some 2D ones as well. So I was thinking about that today, wondering which way to go. So if you've got any ideas or you want something specific, just let me know. Um, let's put the next one on now. So it's going to be this one. Add some glue here. I do love this diamond glaze. It's so easy to use. And then a bit more glue here. I don't know if is that glare making it difficult for you to see? Is that better? Maybe that is better. And then I'll push that up again and pop that on. And the next one. Hold them down, Taz. I'm not holding it down. I'm kind of letting go with the ones that haven't dried yet. I'm rushing it on. And then this last one would go inside, tucked in this side, if I can do it, and on the outside of the other side. So yeah, I'll wait till this side is dried-ish before I start doing the other one. And again, I like these ones because I haven't glued them all the way to the top. They kind of splay out a lot more, which is what I wanted anyway. So you live and learn. I'm gonna just tidy up that little petal. Perfect. And then we've got the final petal to go on now. This is what it's looking like. And this little flap is gonna go underneath here in the little area there. Push it in. And then on the outside, this side, I'm going to try and push this in and wrap it around. Probably shouldn't have glued that in yet. Yes, that's how it's going to go. So like that. Push that in. Where's the glue? Okay, here we go. I'm going to just pop some glue here, a little bit on the inside, and then we're going to push that in. Get in there. Don't be difficult. And pop that across the top. That's fine, that'll do. And then this side is the last bit, the last petal. Now, we obviously got another layer to go, so I'm really liking this flower so far. It's very pretty, and I am going to spray it all out eventually, and it'll look even nicer. So I'm just waiting for it to dry, then we'll spray it all out. And we'll have this gorgeous flower for her ball gown. What's the next one? We've got the littlest one left. Okay, let's pop that down a minute and just put a hole through this one. I need another skewer. Yes, keep reusing the same stuff. So there's another one. This lovely pink one here. Look at that. Gorgeous paint skin. And you can see quite a few of the colours in that. The purple, pink, and that kind of ball gown colour as well. Am I going to get through the sellotape this end? No, wasn't a good idea. Let's just push this out. Oh, I'll do it this way. So that's on, and then we get the flower on. and then we do the last layer, and this is smaller so you can see it. Okay, and yeah, it's coming together really good, you know. I think it's looking stellar. So we'll just start gluing it on, really. So again, exactly the same business, just a little bit of glue down the bottom. Make sure the slit is kind of all the way to the where it needs to go, and then we're going to push that up, push that down, and then put it on, stick it on, and peel the top back. Again, same business here, and we're going to try and put a little bit of tad bit of glue on there so it sticks, and then this one, and we're going to push that on top. There we go. I'll hold my thumb there for a minute to make sure it's sticking, and then this one, our last lot now. Not long to go. As long as I don't glue my thumb on, it's been known to have happened. And the next one, and again, I'm not going super tight with these ones because I want you to be able to see them. I probably should have put that the other way around. I think next time. Or is it too late to do that now? I should have put it the other way around. Ah, look at me correcting my mistake. I've got glue everywhere now. I don't know which ones I've got glue on. Okay, let's see. The reason is because it's sitting, I realised because it's sitting flat, you're going to see the top end of it rather than the bottom end of it, which is the kind of the base paint colour. So I'm going to try and see if I can correct that situation. Yeah, that'll do. And then this one, put a bit of a thing there, and I'm just going to add a bit of glue there, bit of glue on the inside, and then glue that on. Nearly there, last bit. Should have worn gloves. I can feel glue on my fingers. Bit there, bit there. Let's pop it on. Perfecto. Oh, nope, it's slipping. Stay there. Okay, I probably need to squeeze that down. And then the next one, I should have put more slits into these, longer slits. I'll do that on the next one before I put it onto the skewer. There we go. Ta-da. And we've got one left now. We just need to make sure it touches each other and glues on. Like I said, I'm not that bothered about what the bottom of that looks like, because we are going to peel these petals back, look. And you're going to see the top side more than you are going to see the bottom. So if you can see what I'm doing now, I wonder if you can see. I'm literally just making my rose stick out. This one I think as well, next time I'll probably turn that around. So my lesson is that the bottom one needs to be turned that way because we're looking down at the flower. This is the lessons I've learned from doing this one, and the next one will be better. But yeah, I mean, this rose is looking dandy. It's looking like a rose. That's the main thing. I'm going to take it off the skewer in a minute when I know that it's definitely glued. It's not glued. I've not glued that bit here. Stay on. So maybe I just need to put a bit of pressure on the bottom few petals. Yeah, so that's it really. I mean, that's all I wanted to show you today, is how I'm making these flowers. So when you see the final piece, you'll know how I made all the little myriad flowers for this gorgeous mixed media piece. Let's have a look. I really like it. I think it's a gorgeous flower. What do you guys think? All from Paint Skins. See that? I don't know if it's focusing. I think it's focusing. Um, I know you're worried about how this was going to work out, but I never doubted. Oh, you're a sweetheart, Debbie. Oh my God, Kathy, thank you for the donation. You're such a sweetheart. That's really going to help towards supplies. It's really kind of you. Um, I'm really grateful. Thank you, love. Um, Thank you, Fiona, for saying it's stunning. Fantastic work, Taz. I'm so desperate to show it to you, but I'm holding back because I know you want to see the final piece in all its glory without having ruined it for you. um, I really love it. This flower is gorgeous. I'm gonna take it off. I caught it, so I'm gonna take it off and show you it. It's lovely. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I will. I mean, I'm not being too heavy-handed with it right now because it's still a bit wet and drying. Taz, I would love a bouquet of these. Yes, imagine them in your vase, in a vase, actually. You know, on the stems and the leaves. It would look great. Not much, Taz, but every little. It is a lot, Kathy. That's the whole point, honestly. It all adds up when people donate, and it's really sweet of you. And I don't expect it of anyone, but it is really kind of you, and I'm really grateful. Thank you, Shay Joe, for saying it's gorgeous, and thank you, Billy, my lovely. Um, I think it's awesome. Thank you, Bill. That's really kind of you. And that's it for today. I mean, I think you guys have been on for a while. Thank you for that. It helps my watch hours. I'm actually 180 hours away from being monetized finally and actually getting paid anything for doing these videos. And I think I've done like 200 videos. And I'm partially monetized, which just means that people can give super thanks like you just did then, or that type of donation, but nothing from ads or anything like that. So really, the videos aren't monetized. People just watch them, and I just do them. So it would be nice to finally get paid something, however little. But again, if you want to watch my videos just to help out, feel free. I'd be really grateful if you would, just to get over that last little hump in the road that to meet those 4,000 watch hours. And I think that's it now. I'm going to do a couple more, obviously, and then I'm going to glue them onto the beautiful piece I've got over there. And it's going to look fabulous for you, Fiona. Okay, that's it, everyone. Have a lovely day, wherever you're doing for the rest of the day. I love you all. Here, right with the flower. And I will hopefully see you again very soon. And don't forget that we've got the Colour Art collaboration coming up. So if you do watch everyone. There's a great lineup of people. You can win big prizes, like a $400 spending spree. And every year somebody wins, and all it is just leaving comments on everyone's videos and a few little other things you have to do. But I'll show you. I'll post about the what you need to do to be able to be in with a chance to win either a channel prize from all the different channels or the $400 spending spree to buy all the supplies you could ever need from the Colour Art website. So that's it for now, and I will see you very soon. Love you all. Take care of yourselves, and see you next time. Bye.